Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. Nice to meet you and nice to see you again. So today I wanted just to talk about a few things before I begin. The first thing is that I've started a membership. So the membership is 2 videos, 2 live Q&A sessions a month, plus sound healing that's tailored towards the energies of that month. So if you're interested, I'll put the link below and you can check it out. And the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to tell you about my friend Maria, who has a quantum healing practice. And I think I talked about this before, but so finally she's open for business, and I've had a few sessions with her, and they're amazing. You just feel like you feel wonderful afterwards. You just feel like you're at home, and she's so professional. So I recommend her too. I'll just put the link down below. And so that's what I wanted to talk about first. And then today I just want to talk about a few different things that are on my mind. So first things first is the Course in Miracles. So this morning I woke up with this like pain in my neck, like where I can't even like move my head. And usually that doesn't happen for me, but the past few days that's been happening. And and of course my Course in Miracles lesson is I choose the joy of God instead of pain. So it's very, very fitting. And this is similar to like sickness as well, that we create all sickness and we create all pain. Because we are the creators of our reality. And it's always like those days where you're in pain, you're like, well, I didn't create this, who made, and but yeah, so, and I did, and the idea is that it's sometimes not a conscious creation, sometimes it's unconscious. It's just all of these little decisions that you're making that you're not even aware that you're making. So I just want to read lesson 190, just a little excerpt. Okay, so pain is a wrong perspective. When it is experienced in any form, it is proof of self-deception. It is not a fact at all. There is no form it takes that will not disappear if seen aright. For pain proclaims God cruel. How could it be real in any form? It witnesses to God the Father's hatred of his Son, the sinfulness he sees in him, and his insane desire for revenge and death. Okay, and then it is your thoughts alone that cause you pain. Nothing external to your mind can hurt or injure you in any way. There is no cause beyond yourself that can reach down and bring oppression. No one but yourself affects you. There is nothing in the world that has the power to make you ill or sad or weak or frail. But it is you who have the power to dominate all things you see by merely recognizing what you are. As you perceive the harmlessness in them, they will accept your holy will as theirs, and what was seen as fearful now becomes a source of innocence and holiness. So, just it's always hard to take in when your neck's in pain, and so, but yeah, I was doing some sound healing on it and some meditation, and it's pretty much healed now. But yes, so we create this, and I've been thinking about this, wandering through the city that I live in, on the train and going different places, and just thinking about that I've created all of this, all of these things that are happening to me, all of these feelings that come around, I've let them in, and so it's a big responsibility, I think. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about, and then the next thing that I'd like to maybe channel about is I've been reading a lot about, there's this concept, it's called the newchronology, that in the Middle Ages, not the Middle Ages, I guess the medieval time, the 16th century or so, that there were some historians who maybe their dates weren't all correct, you might say. But anyway, there's this Russian mathematician named Fomenko, and he wrote all of these books on this new chronology, so that the the dates that we are aware of are not quite the dates that we're in, that someone added 1,000 years or so to our history. And so that and you can find that too in archaeological digs, that there's missing time. And there's a so the theory is that this missing time is that it was never there. It was just inserted into our history. So as for the reasons and stuff like that, I won't go into all that kind of stuff, but it's very interesting stuff, and I'd like to I'd like to channel about it and see what they say about this new chronology, or what. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Greetings, we are that one that you know as Mary Magdalene. And we are here, and we are always here around you with this energy of peace, this energy of love, which are the only true energies that are available on your planet at the moment, in all truthfulness. And this concept that this being here is very interested in, of chronology, is on the surface a very interesting idea. But once you take it a step back and look at it, we are talking about time, which is a perception. Time is a tool similar to your emotions. And your histories, of course, have been changed so that you do not know what we might say your true history is. But if you took a step back from that, your only true history is that you came from God, and you will go back to God, and you have never left God. So that is the true history of who you truly are. And all of these other things are placed there as parts of, they are what you might say tools. They are tools to help you to understand your world. And at the moment, those tools that were placed into your world, and some of the, we might say, stories, some of the narratives, the stories that have been placed in your world are unraveling so that you can see what they really are. And that is all that is happening. So this concept of the new chronology is just the idea that all of you are starting to be able to see time as it truly is, that it is just a perception, and that these dates are just perceptions of time. And even the dating system that you use is just a way of measuring what is a perception. It is like measuring an emotion. It is measuring an illusion. And so this is what we would say to you as far as your history and the chronology and your mathematics that are measuring illusions. We think it is a beautiful and wonderful thing that you are able to do this. But what we would say to you is to not put too much stock into this concept of time and of measurement. It is a wonderful idea that the perfection of your mathematics on your third dimension at this moment. And of course mathematics, they go throughout all of the different dimensions, and there are parts of mathematics that you are not privy to at the moment that will open up a lot of different things. And this is similar to your concept of quantum theory, that you also affect everything. And so time is affected by you. By you looking at time, you are changing time. Your perception is also your ability to change time. So you are always time traveling. And so this is what we would like to know, is that it is a very, very how can we put it? It is not an exact science in that respect. Within your third dimensional logic world, given the things that you are able to see at the moment, it is a very beautiful and crystalline logic. But once you take it out, and once you understand the idea of time itself, then you will understand it is just a series of perceptions. It is a tool like your emotions that you use in order to navigate this world, in order to create in this world, and know that you can travel through time, and with time, and by time, and around time. And this is something that you will start to learn more and more as you come more and more online. So our advice to this being and to you who are listening is understand that time is an illusion, and the measurement of time is the measurement of an illusion. All right, so that's pretty interesting. Okay, and there's one more question I wanted to ask. So I'm reading this book by one of my favorite writers, Haruki Murakami, and I'm reading it in Japanese, and because I'm reading it in Japanese, it's taken me a long time, months and months, almost a year, whereas usually I would probably finish one of his books in a weekend, because it just reads so easily. But it's just a testament to my Japanese skill, which is quite low, if you can, it takes that long for me to read it. But I really enjoy reading it in the original language, because there's a lot of things that you miss when you read it in English. And so, but in this book, now again, another thing about my reading skills is that I'm probably only understanding about maybe 60 to 70% of everything that's going on, just because of my reading skills, my kanji skills and all that kind of stuff. And so what I do is afterwards I'll read the English version, and I can check how much I understood. But I'm not there yet. But as far as I understand the story, there is this being that comes through, and only he can see him. And this being, only the main character can see this being. And this being is about like this tall or so, and he is a knight. And the knight says that he is only an idea. So he is an idea, but he is fed by our thinking about him. So it's like a fairy. So like Tinkerbell. If once we stop believing in her, she ceases to exist. But this idea, because we can never really stop thinking about something, because even when we try to stop thinking about something, we're still thinking about it, that ideas tend to exist and have a very robust life, according to this. And so I started thinking about, different words, different beings that are, so for example, beings that I'm channeling, and so do they really exist as they are? So my concept of some of these beings that come through, like that they are this being or they are this being, and so, but maybe they are just the idea of that being, and enough people have created it that it is that idea. It becomes what it is, and the idea gains a certain life force, and then a wisdom and a knowledge, and then we can tap into that knowledge. And so I don't know, I'm just curious, and I'd like to see how the guides would respond to this, what they would say. So let's see. Greetings, we are Sanat Kumara, we're here, yes. And we're here to talk to you about some very, very interesting and important things that are going on your planet at the moment. Now, as was stated earlier, what's happening right now is an unraveling of many things. Many things are being unraveled, uncorked. The whole kit and caboodle is coming out of the box. Everything's coming out, and you're just gonna see everything, and it's gonna be the good, the bad, and the ugly. And isn't that great? Because once you understand, once you can see everything, then you can really know what's going on, and then you can finally make your own decision, make your own sovereign decision. This is very, very important, because this is what you are doing, because you are becoming sovereign. All of you in this moment, in this time frame, in this process that you are all going through of moving from one place to another place. This is the process of becoming sovereign, of you becoming sovereign, of you becoming a true being of light, of being a powerful and free being, which is what you always have been. But you have been taught to not understand your freedom and not understand how this universe works. And that is what is changing here with this unraveling. And yes, so what this being is talking about, yes, ideas ideas exist as well. Ideas exist as well. And when you believe in them, like you believe in those fairies, you create them because you are amazing creators of light. Now, this is true, but there are also other beings out there as well that are these beings of light, and they are these ascended masters. So they both exist at the same time. And so this is what is very important for you as a sovereign being, is understanding and discerning, being able to discern between an idea and a reality. And this is part of your struggle at the moment. And this is why everything in your world is starting to turn upside down, and you don't know where to turn and who to listen to and who's true and who's not true and who's working for what and working for this and working for that. And isn't it wonderful? Because that's the time for you to use your heart to understand and discern what is real on your planet, and understand what is real on your planet. Discernment is one of the most important things in this time period that you're in at this moment. All right. So discernment. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'll stop there for today. But yeah, if you are interested, so the membership will meet together twice a month for an hour-long channeling and you can just bring your questions, and also a sound healing. And yeah, so if you're interested, please check it out. And yeah, ciao.